Assalamualaikum, my dear students. Welcome to my English class. How are you? Hope you are safe and sound at home and at the same time you are studying regularly. I am Farzana Nasreen, Senior Teacher, Shohid Biruttam Lieutenant Anwar Girls College, Dhaka Cantonment, Dhaka. My today's lesson is for the students. Our today's topic is use of right form of verb. So dear students, as my class is specially for you, that means the students of SAGC, we shall follow the sequence of rules from Advanced Learners Communicative English Grammar and Composition book by Choudhury and Hossain. So today we shall learn rules from 1 to 10 as well as rule 31 as it is relevant to one of the rules that I am going to discuss. Before that, let's see what is the outcome of today's lesson. After this lesson, you will be able to use the right form of verbs in speaking and writing. And also, you will learn to complete sentences using the correct form of verbs. So, let's start with 1. Students, if subject in a sentence is third person and singular number and also verb is in simple present tense, you have to add s or yes with the verb, main verb. So let us see an example. He within bracket play football. So here he is third person and also singular number. So what will be the answer? He plays football. Let's go to 2. Universal truth, habitual truth, historical truth are stated in simple present tense or present indefinite tense. Let's see the examples. Bangladesh within bracket be an independent country. So it seems to be a historical truth. So it should be in simple present tense. So answer is Bangladesh is an independent country. Let's see the second example. The sun within bracket rise in the east. The answer is the sun rises in the east. So what type of sentence is this? Yes, you are correct. It's a universal truth. And third one, he never within bracket tell a lie. So it's a habitual truth, right? So the answer is he never tells a lie. Let's go to rule 3. If there is no mention of any time, but there are adverbs such as always, regularly, sometimes, often, generally, occasionally, daily, every day, usually, normally, etc. That means the words that indicates our habit. It will be simple present tense. For example, let us see. Number 1, an attentive student learn his lesson regularly. So the answer is an attentive student learns his lesson regularly. See, here is also the subject. Look at the subject, an attentive student. A student, it is third person and singular number. So verb takes s, and also how we understood that it's a present simple present tense. It's in simple present tense because there is regularly, which indicates habitual truth. Let's go to rule 4 and 5 together. So you should know that if the sentence ends with question mark, you have to make it an interrogative sentence. For example, he always within brackets speak the truth. It's an assertive sentence, but there is question mark. That means you have to change the sentence. You have to correct the sentence as interrogative sentence and following the rule of right form of verbs. Okay, so he always within bracket speak the truth. It is the answer is does he always speak the truth. Here formation of verb is does speak. Number 2, when she within bracket take her breakfast normally question mark, and when it means it's a WH question interrogative sentence. So the answer is when does she take her breakfast normally? Question mark. Dear students, don't forget to put question mark. If you don't give that, you will score 0 credit. Rule 6. action taking place at present indicates continuation, it will be present continuous tense. So at present, so what we are doing at present, we are having a class, right? So we are going to talk about taking action taking place at present with continuation. So let us see the example. Number 1, now we within bracket watch a movie. So the answer is now we are watching a movie, present continuous tense. And there is a note, you should remember that sentences with now, at this moment, and action parallel to another action will be present continuous tense. So we have seen an example with now. That indicates present continuous tense and an action parallel to another. Let us see an example. Number 2, don't disturb me, I watch a movie. So don't disturb me, I am watching a movie. Rule 31, as I told you that Rule 31 is relevant to one of the rules I am going to discuss. So it is relevant to the previous rule, Rule 6, that is present continuous tense. So it is an action with continuation also. Let us see, if an action that took place in the past and still in action indicating continuation, it will be present perfect continuous tense. That means now we are not going to talk about present moment. We are going to talk about an action that started earlier, still going on. In such situation, we use present perfect continuous tense. Let us see the example. Number 1, I within bracket live in Dhaka since 1999. So the answer will be I have been living in Dhaka since 1999. Number 2, Shaila within bracket read a newspaper for half an hour. Answer, Shaila has been reading a newspaper for half an hour. See, there it's time bound. There is mention of time, like since 1999 for half an hour. So you should remember that since or for, and if there is mention of time, it will help you to determine present perfect continuous tense. So again, let me review. If there is now, at this moment, then you are going to use present continuous tense. And if there is mention of time, then you are going to use present perfect continuous tense. Rule 7. Sentences with have, has, had as auxiliaries take past participle of the main verb. So I hope you know in which type of sentence we get have, has, had as auxiliaries. Yes, you are correct. Present or past perfect tense. So let us see. They have within bracket do the work successfully. So what will be the answer? They have done the work successfully. And second one, she had prayed to Allah. It's she had prayed to Allah. The first example is of present perfect tense and the second one is past perfect. So let us see rule 8. Sentences with adverbs such as just now, already, recently, yet, ever, lately will be in present perfect tense. So what you have to remember, you just have to remember few words like just now, already, recently, yet, ever, lately, etc. Then it will be present perfect tense. Let us see an example. We recently within bracket make a journey by boat. The answer is we have recently made a journey by boat. See the formation of verb have made. Number 2, he yet not complete the task. So it's a negative sentence. So let us see the answer. He has not yet completed the task. Let's go for rule 9. Phrases that indicates past will be in simple past or past indefinite tense. Let us see example. I within brackets see him a long time ago. The answer is I saw him a long time ago. Number 2, you within bracket called me yesterday. It's a question. So do you remember that when there is question mark, we have to change the sentence into interrogative one. So the answer will be, did you call me yesterday? There is a note for you. Phrases to indicate past. So let us remember a few words that will indicate that it should be past indefinite tense or simple past. Yesterday, ago, long since, last night, year, last night or last year or last day or last month, etc. Rule 10. Complex sentences such as no sooner had than, scarcely had when, hardly had before. These are complex sentences. Here, dependent clause will be past perfect and independent clause will be simple past. So I have marked the dependent clause with green color. No sooner had, scarcely had, hardly had. This part of sentence are these parts are dependent clauses. So let us see for this sentences, complex sentences. Let's make it easy to remember. No sooner had, we will get two verbs, verb 1 and verb 2. And scarcely had, verb 1, verb 2. Hardly had, verb 1, verb 2. So verb 1 represents past participle. And verb 2, simple past. For example, no sooner had I, within bracket, call him, than he ran away. The first one, see the green part, it's dependent clause with a verb call. Call is verb 1, that means it should be past participle, and red color is independent clause with the verb run, so it should be simple past. Let's see the answer. No sooner had I called him than he ran away. So let's do few exercises. You can take your copies and copy the exercises. Number 1, I have given he often, within bracket, come to my office. Number 2, she, within bracket, 13 last year. Number 3, I, within bracket, buy this car a month ago. Number 4, where do you live? In Dhaka, within bracket, live. And number 5, Amin and Azad just arrived, within bracket, arrive. So you have to use the correct form of verbs here. So now I am giving you time, and after that we will check our answers. So let us see the answers. Number 1, he often comes to my office. Number 2, she was 13 last year. So last year is the indication of past. Number 3, I bought this car a month ago. Number 4, it's an interrogative sentence and it's a WH question. So I have to make it an interrogative sentence. Where do you live? In Dhaka. And number 5, Amin and Azad have just arrived. I hope you could make all the exercises correctly. Let's do more exercises. Number 6, the boys, within bracket, play football for half an hour. Number 7, no sooner had I, within bracket, drink the milk than mother, within bracket, enter my room. Number 8, at this moment you, within bracket, do some work. Number 9, she, not reply yet to her mother's letter, question mark. It should be an interrogative sentence. And number 10, last one, hardly had he catch within bracket catch the fish before the angle break within bracket break. So let's see the answer. First, let me discuss. The boys play for half an hour. There is mention of time and half an hour for half an hour. And this number 7, no sooner had. So it's a complex sentence. No sooner had is dependent clause, and you know what you have to do. The first verb 1 will be past participle and verb 2 will be simple past. And number 8, at this moment, this phrase indicates that it is present continuous tense. Number 9, she not reply yet to her mother's letter is a question and it is also negative. So you have to make it negative interrogative sentence. And number 10, hardly had he, in the same way, it's a complex sentence. Hardly had he is a dependent clause. So you know what you have to do. So let us check the answers. Number 6, the boys have been playing for half an hour. I hope you could make it. Number 7, no sooner had I drunk the milk than mother entered my room. Number 8, at this moment we are doing some work. Number 9, has she not yet replied to her mother's letter? Number 10, hardly had he caught the fish before the angle broke. I hope all the answers of yours were correct. So that was use of different verbs in different examples. So let us see our next. Now let's try completing sentences for class 9 to 10 students. Students of class 8 or 7 or 6, you can follow that, or if you don't follow it, no problem, you are going to learn it later. And students of class 9 and 10, you have a topic completing sentence, so we are going to work on that now. So complete the sentences. You will have sentences like hardly had I entered. So you have to complete the sentence with dependent clause and with the correct verb, use of correct verb. So you have already known the use of correct verb. So let us see how we can make or we can complete these sentences. Number 1, hardly had I entered the room before father called me. So in this respect, your answers will vary from one to another, because there is actually no fixed rules that you will have to give the correct same answer. But what is the main point here? You have to write a correct sentence. That means use of verb is important here, and the sentence you make, it will differ from student to student. So I have given another example. If one student write hardly had I entered the room before father called me, that is very much correct. And another student may write hardly had I entered the mosque before the prayer started. So there will be more sentences with this phrase hardly had I entered, but you have to use the correct form of verb. Second one, scarcely had I run. So scarcely had I run towards the bus when it started to move. It can also be scarcely had I run across the road when the traffic police stopped me. So there may be more options, more new sentences. But what you have to do, you have to use the correct form of verbs. And remember the formation of sentence, you have to follow the structure. When there is no sooner had, you have to use then. When there is scarcely had, you have to use when. When there is another, let us see, when there is hardly hardly had, then you have to use when. And last example I have given here with no sooner had he. So it's incomplete sentence. You have to complete. Our students may complete it with no sooner had he touched the fruit than it fell down. And another student may write, no sooner had he reached the station than the train left. So the sentences may differ from person to person, from student to student, but remember you have to use the right form of verbs. So dear students of class 9 and 10 who are learning completing sentence, you should not forget one thing. When you are asked to complete a sentence, you must complete it with correct form of verbs, and you must write the full sentence in your answer script, as partial answer will score 0 credit. So dear students, thank you for being with me. And inshallah, in our next class, we will deal with other rules, maybe from rule 11 to 20 or 21. Till then, thank you very much. All of you, stay home, stay safe. Assalamu alaikum.